remitter ID. So it should be C dash something. Am I right?
Yeah.
Then the beneficiary ID, you don't get it on that receipt. That comes from you. There are 10 of us that contributed the 100,000, isn't it? Me, as one of the members, I might have paid before. That might be my first time of payment. That means you have to create a pay ID for me. Or I have been paying before. That means my pay ID is there. So you have to add my pay ID, which is N dash something something. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So the third one you have there is the applied date. The applied date is on the receipt. I'll show you where to get the applied date on the receipt. Don't worry, I'll come to that. The applied date is on the receipt. Let's say this payee is for September 2015. So it's September 2015. I'll show you where to get the applied date on the receipt. Just give me a while. Then the entry date. The entry date is the date that that payment was made. The date that the payment was made. That is the entry date. So, and then look at the format. Look at the format of entering that date. Or when I said the applied date, e.g. 2013, look at the format of entering that date, like 30/11/2013 or 2015. That format has to be adhered to. Then the amount deducted. This is amount deducted from the total sum. Let's say that your bulk receipt is how much? 100,000, isn't it? How much are you deducting? How much goes to me? 10,000. So the amount deducted is 10,000. That is what goes to my own account as a beneficiary of that 100,000 naira. The same thing with WHT. You get that? Like your company's called, so instead of that means that the remitter ID is C dash, the beneficiary ID is also C dash. Am I right? That's how it is. Then the amount that is deducted, that's the next thing that you see there. Then the other one is the revenue code. The revenue code is, I mentioned the revenue code in the course of our training today, am I right? That is the payment item that you paid for. What did you pay for? So your revenue code should be that of WHT and all of that, so you also get it there. Then the total remittance. How much is on our receipts? 100,000. Am I right? So that is the amount that you put in there. Then the entry ID. I will show you where to get the entry ID. It's a unique identifier for that particular payment. I will show you where to get it on the receipts. Then, what am I doing? Then, the receipts. This document is available to you. Can you see the entry ID? The receipt has a number, and the number is alphabets, that's numbers, alphanumeric, numbers and alphabets. The number part of the receipts is the entry ID. Do you get it? Do you see it?
The bank receipt, you mean?
Huh?
Is it the bank receipt?
Yes, the revenue receipt that you got. So, in all of the receipts, you have this box with spiraling balls inside. The number is always on top. The receipt number is always on top. The number part is the entry ID. The number part of this receipt is the entry ID. What we are saying is on YouTube. We give you our YouTube channel. You will hear a similar voice there. The pictures too. Should that be it? Is. Then, the remitter ID is the payer ID of the company making the payments. Look at where to find it. This is where to find it. The total remittance, look at it, amount. That's the total remittance. Now look at the applied date. You can see that on the agency revenue code, can you see it?
Yes.
Can you see it? The applied date is the last information there.
2010.
Yes, for this receipt. So if you pay in 2015, it will show you 2015. You get that? So for every receipt, you see it. But I'm only showing you the location. The essence of showing this picture is to enable you view the location where all of this information are going to be extracted. Then, I've shown the total remittance. I've shown the applied date. Now the entry date. Look at the entry date. The entry date. Look at on the payment details. Look at it. Look at the entry date. Have you seen it? Yes. This is the entry date. That's where to find it. Then the revenue code. Look at it. I am only interested in the location. Like we are using what we call a TSA. We are using what we call a TSA. And then you have harmonized the revenue codes with what they call the Oracle codes at Alausa. So the revenue code now that you're seeing on this board now might differ from that of a recently generated receipt. It might differ. And the difference, all you need to know is, okay, where is revenue code? Where we are located? The location is still the same place. So when you are doing your table, you are going to find this picture very, very handy. You're going to find this picture very, very handy. So you look at it and use it to complete your data. Now there are additional information. There are additional information that you need to put there. Like I said, at the beneficiary ID, you don't get that on this receipt. That's what comes from your schedule. Am I right? If the person doesn't have a pay ID, you create it. If he has, you get it and put it in there. N dash or C dash, whatever it is. Then the amount deducted, you don't get it from this receipt because that is a question of your own accounting process. I deducted 10,000, all of that. So how do I put this? How do I put all of this information in the right formats? Am I so sure I know how to use Microsoft again? Now you go to your Excel work spreadsheets. Go to your file, done. So
There is like a special template.
no, it's not. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Nothing special about it. So we want to plan our table. We want to plan our table. Do you still have that list? Does anyone have that list? That list we talked about. The first thing we have there is a remitter ID. Am I right? Remember what you are doing here? I'm just trying to plan the table. Remitter ID is C dash. C dash. C dash what? 39014. Am I right? 39014. No, we're using that of ABC. What's the second one? The second one is beneficiary ID. Second one is beneficiary ID. So the beneficiary ID is me. That one is me. So I'm going to say is N dash N dash plus 97970079. What's that one? Let's find this. The third one. Who has that receipt? The third one is the applied date. The applied date is what's the applied date on that receipt? Let's say it is because we're not uploading this. Remember, we're not uploading this. So let's say that the applied date is 2015. Am I right? Your own applied date should be correct. Your own applied, that's the period of time that the payment that is in question covers. The period of time that the payment in question covers, that's the applied date. Let's say it's 2015. Then the other one is entry date. Yes?
That shows just the year. What if I'm paying for 2015 January?
We're talking about WHT here.
Yeah.
And so this one, the entry date, if it is WHT, the entry date will account for the month that you are paying. Am I right?
Okay.
So
I'm paying for the full year.
Huh?
If I'm paying for the full year.
You are paying for the full year.
Yes, because that's actually the way we do it now.
Okay, you pay for the full year.
Yes.
And so you put,
For the pay,
so you put the same thing. So you put the last, put the date of that payment. Don't know the date that the receipt was issued. You get it from the receipt.
Okay.
You get it from the receipt. So whatever the dates that the receipt gives you is what you are going to do. Then, let's say that you are paying for 30, 11, 2015. 2015, I'm sure this is the format. Then what's the next one? This class, are you people actually following at all? Huh? The entry dates. Look at the formats. See the formats. Have you seen the formats?
Yes.
I will also show you another picture that will enable you to do this. Amount deducted. Let us say that the amount deducted is 10,000 naira. So we put 10,000. I will show you some. I will tell you some other things. 10,000. How is it written? How many zeros?
4 zeros.
How many?
Decimal.
It's complete?
Yes.
Okay. So what is?
We don't need to put decimal.
No, we don't need to put decimal.
And the next one is revenue code.
Revenue code. I showed us where the revenue code is, like the 401 stuff that we have there. 401. Madam, what's the revenue code for paying? 401 0001. Am I right? What's the other one? Don't worry, I will get it from my list. There will be tests after this. So, total remittance is 100,000, right? That's what we agreed on. 100,000. 100, 1, 2, 3. I think that solves it for me. Then the other one.
Entry ID.
Entry ID. What's the entry ID on that receipt? Remember, we cannot upload this. So let's just, we're just making this up because this one will not go. It's not attached to anything. The entry ID on that receipt. Can you read it?
Double 6.
Or write it down. Write it down somewhere. Write it down somewhere, then you tell me when I've closed. Can I close? Or you give me the entry ID of the one you're holding. Give me the entry ID of the one you're holding.
33
33
688.
33
Yes.
688
296.
296. I think that's all. Is that the final? Is there any other information we need to add? This class.
No. So for the CSV file.
I'm coming to that. Let's just leave it as we are. This CSV file, we are preparing a CSV file.
That's
That's the last thing, Abby. Okay, so that is the last. Now, you see that this file, I did not give it a title. I did not give it a heading. It's a blank file, am I right?
Yes.
I am going to save this file, okay, because you might have 100 people. Am I right?
Yes.
So let's, I'm not good at using this application. Let me try. Let me see if I have correct.
14.
I just want to have a sizable thing. Don't do this, so 2015. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Are you listening?
We are listening.
Are you watching?
Yes.
Now, we are not going to save it as Excel. We are going to come here and say save as type. Save as type. So you come here. What did I say that the file format is? CSV. This is comma delimited. Have you seen it?
Yes.
What is it? CSV.
Yes.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. This is the one you click. This is the one you click. You click it, CSV, comma delimited. That is the one you click. So you click on it. If you click on it, then you can save it now. You can save it now. I hope this is not an error because I'm ignoring this. Now, we saved it on the desktop and we called it Payee 2015. Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
So, this file is done now. If you are sure of what you have done, can go to that place I showed you and upload. But let us view this file and see whether it is in the right format. Am I right? So you cannot open it correct like this. You right click on it and open it. Open as what? Open with Notepad. Open with what?
Notepad.
Notepad. What happened? A lot of things are wrong there. But look at the file under. What we've done now is how to prepare your CSV file.
It doesn't come with headings.
It doesn't come with headings. I said it's going to be a blank spreadsheet. No heading, no title, nothing. And if you want to save it, you save it with one word, not two. If you save it as Ukechuku space Okoro, it won't go. It should be, if you want to use my name space, you say Ukechuku Okoro as one word. Then you go to save as type. That is when you have said save as. Give it that name, save as type, CSV, comma, delimited. That's the only thing we've done. So the main issue is how to extract those information from the receipts. When once you've extracted those information from the receipts, put them on Excel and do what you've done. Your file will be in this format. And when it is in this format, you simply upload. And when you upload, since you have your receipts, that means that that amount will automatically come to your system. That's what you have not been doing. The people doing it are here. She's here. She'll give you more details about that. So that's what you need to do. If that information is not updated, uploaded on the system, it's additional work for the backroom staff who are here, who will be doing that. And they may not do it to your satisfaction the way you want it done. And that is very, very important for people that are working in places like Shell, in places like organization, like Madam. It's only that you want to follow you very, very good at this morning. You say, no, first of all, don't show us your tax profile. Okay, this is stopping in 2008. You pay. All of these things are genuine complaints. But this is what you need to do. What people need to do, what the companies need to do, what the consulting firms need to do, are not being done. So what they do is that, okay, because they don't know, they shift the blame on others. And that is why we're saying, look, there is heightened focus on what everybody is doing now. And if there's a heightened focus on what you and I are doing, there is need to pass information to everybody. That's what we're trying to do. I don't know if it is clear.
It is, but I have a question.
Yes.
I'm talking based on what I did.
Yes.
And in case, for me, if I want...
That's yearly you file your returns.
Yes.
Yeah. Understand? Yeah. Why waiting till end of the year? This money I deducted from your salary monthly. So I should have an evidence that this money has hit my account monthly. You understand? And by that yearly that you're asking for updates, by the time everybody is doing it monthly, the system will auto updating your record. You understand? And all the issues I used to have at these yearly returns that you do file of inadequacy, they're returning the forms, the files because it's not adequate, all those ones will not be there. So to make it faster, it's always good to do it monthly.
Okay. I'm not finished my question. I'm talking based on the staff. I'm talking based on vendors.
Yes.
For vendors, what about what if they don't have their IDs? What do we do?
Yes.
Because our schedule does not carry that. Because it's not like
we talked about IDs. We talked about IDs.
Yes.
Part of what we needed to do today was to show you how to create the IDs.
So you mean I'll create IDs for them?
Wait now. Well, it has not reached that level. It has not reached that level. But actually what we needed to do was show you how to create the IDs so that everything will be enhanced and faster. But we need some clearance as to whether to allow you to create the IDs or not. So what we do is, like I showed you the chat applet. You can chat with them, the help desk is there. Send them
the names.
Those things will be stated. Send it to them. They'll create them for you and return them to you.
What about someone that created? They will know, right?
Madam,
Yes.
for the vendors,
Yes.
it's always good to ask them for their PIDs.
Ask them for their PIDs.
So if they tell that they don't have PIDs, try to ask them that she's not ever paid to the platform, then send to the help desk. Why is that? If you send a name to the help desk now, maybe that name is already existing in the system. and you give them another address, the people that are creating might see it as a different entity. You understand? So for the vendors not come to you that the money did not hit their own account, it's always good to ask them for their own IDs. So if they don't have, they can talk to our evidence.
Okay, I am fine with that, but I still have another question. The question is, how fast do we want this? You know how vendors can be, for God's sake.
How
When
fast?
you, as I'm telling you, how, I don't know how, when this is will keep running.
It's been running.
Okay, so,
It's been running for
so you
15
mean
years.
that if I don't get some of them on
Yes.
time, will they give me, that means I can't buy it and do
No, you do the ones you can.
We
Then
not
request,
It's not
request,
tally. It's total,
request,
right?
No, I
request
don't have a
salary.
problem with my money.
Yeah.
But is the, you know, because the
Second
platform
point.
is saying those things, will it
See,
go to error?
look at it and do that one and let them be properly credited, isn't it? So when you get the other 30 or the other 60, you also
And I don't
Your
think
system
we
will
have.
e-security. So that all these things we are talking about, if your system is not secure, then you know that you'll be running on, you'll be wasting some time here. So we have two additional subtopics that we need to treat. But first, let me show you. Remember what I said, that everything I said is in. Just put it in there. This file is a product of what we did. It's a product of what we did. The most important thing is to be able to extract those information from the receipts. When once we've extracted those information and place them in that order, in what we have done, we save it as a CSV and then open it with what? Notepad. We are done. To show you in this form, and it is only in this form that the system will accept it. So you simply go to that place and do your upload. And when you have finally uploaded, if there's a duplication or an error, to highlight it, you can delete that one and see go on. As long as the money on that receipt has not been exhausted, we'll do for everybody. Is that okay?
But before we can start this, our company needs to write you.
Yes,
to give
yes.
us the
I need that
access.
letter today, yes. You need that letter today.
Sorry, just
You need to submit an H1 to NRS. There is a bill that they will give you, the NRS will give you, and when you are submitting to that mail, you need to copy us on this mail. So please write it down. Annual returns, annual.returns at ebsrcm.com. rcm.com.
RCM.
Yes. Annual.returns at ebsrcm.com. You need to copy that mail. And there is a particular format that you need to follow when you are preparing this H1. The H1, there is a particular format. Please can you help me to open the Excel? And please, it needs to be on Excel, specifically Excel, not Word or any other name of company. Write the corporate ID, that is the CID, the PID of the company. Then give us the name and the phone number of the contact person that we can relate with. It will be easy for us to do the immediate update when you submit. But before we can do the audit, we need to know if the tax you are claiming that you have paid is what is actually on our system. If what you have paid is equal to what we have on our system or more, we say that it is adequate. But if your H1 is more than what is on our system, then we say it is inadequate. That means you have to return and go and do your homework before we can.
question, please. I want to gather back. fault in the system. What is for the people that are paying their personal tax?
Yes.
How do we get the cards?
The cards.
Yes.
Yes, there is an online application mode now. On the same platform.
Okay.
Go to ETCC, apply online. So once you've applied online, you will even get your account within 24 hours.
This card.
Yes. Come for me now. Give it to you. Come for me.
One question, sorry.
Okay.
The letter we are
There are going to be search systems. That is going to be very simple. The payer ID is N- this one, N- this one.
E-revenue gateway. E-revenue gateway is a license to take company, and we're into payment processing. And most of the things we'll be talking about, the most important part of this payment. I have my colleague here sitting at the back. His name is Moni. I've been asked to spend only 30 minutes, and I'll try as much possible to make it, to compress it, without giving out the important details. I'm sure what time we get to know each other, but while we're talking, let me just fill this challenge. Yeah, Mr. College took you through the part of the electric payment code. Now you can ask me all the questions. Man, ask all the questions. All the questions. Ask me. You took all the payment, generating code, all those code, and everything, blah, 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 this and that, this and that, this and that. What I'm going to take take us through basically is a DIY process. DIY process. Do it yourself. Most of us, when you want to travel out, you want to book your tickets. How many of us go to banks to go and make payments? Almost everything now. You want to pay your DSTV. When was last time you went to bank to queue up to make your DSTV payment? It's been long. So most of the payments are being done online. So likewise, payment to government should be done online as well. Whatever amount you want to pay, will be everything online. So that's the sense of the mPay. It's multi-channel payment solution. You also open up other channels of making payments. Let me take us through quickly on the theoretical part of the what mPay is all about. One thing we are all aware basically now is that Nigeria is broke. Yes or no? Hello?
Yeah.
Whether you agree or not, the president has Nigeria is broke. And it's evident in such a way that they even say they cannot pay 18,000 minimum wage. So now the government has asked them, the federal government has asked them to go inward and what? Boost their IGR. To get their IGR. So when you ask people to pay tax, you must as well make it comfortable for them. To make it comfortable for them to also make the payments. So what we do is that the payment can be made also 24/7 anywhere in the world as we speak for Lagos State and some other states as well. Now, we are all about the cashless policy. So like I said, the sense of that will make revenue collection and management seamless without adding overhead costs for taxpayers and for the benefit of government. So what is mPay? mPay is a modular value-added service offering that provides a convenient avenue for taxpayers to transact in an online, real-time mode with the government. When I say online, you all know the meaning of online. You guys send me to, what's the name, man? You guys send me to Diola. You only receive my mail, only is online. If it's offline, you won't be able to receive my mail. You understand? That means you are connected to an online, that's why you don't receive mail. When something is real time, now if you go to your ATM, what's the meaning of ATM by the way? Anytime money, right? Yeah, so we call it anytime money. If you go there and you set your card, and you ask the card, you expect the card to be given to you to be dispensed, right? You do expect to say that come back later and collect your cash. So you have to collect it right time. That's a real time. That's a real time. So something is real time, as it happened. Real time. That's a subtractor that you send, and you say they have sent it to you, but you don't get the alert until after some time. That's no longer real time. But when you send immediately, you get it immediately, it's a real time. So the same thing here, it's just about the receipt. You get everything online real time. The moment your transaction is successful, your account is debited, and God account is credited, you get your government and revenue receipt as well. So what are the challenges of making payments? The online use of internet banking. For most of us, corporate organizations use of internet banking to make payments. For individual, we use card payments. your ATM, any bank, MasterCard, Visa card, or Visa. And for other payment you want to